Alright, good morning, monster hunters. Now, today, we're going over the armor that I made up on my stream. This was originally, it started out as the set that I was using that I showed off last week. Where I was like, well, yeah, let's look at fire monsters. Let's look at doing hard counters to fire monsters. So with this armor here, that was the main focus. This is the Golden Ninja armor set. Or at least that is what I am calling it. Now to start off, where's that? Yeah. It's got a good amount of defense. It actually has more defense than the last set. With having 43 fire defense, fire resistance, we are going to be immune to fire damage or fire blight. If need be, that can always be flipped around. So this set, with the exception of ice, but even with ice, we could get immunity to any of these status conditions. And on top of that, if the upcoming Chameleos is Fire Dragon, with the current way that this is set up, with food, we're looking at being immune to Fire Blight and Dragon Blight. Which helps tremendously when you're talking about survival. As for abilities, we got Defense, we got Defiance. Defiance is absolutely amazing, especially when you start talking defense. It gives you 50 defense, 30 defense. It gives you maxed out earplugs, wind resistance, tremor resistance, while the monster is pissed off at you. And the only time that you're really going to need those extra boosts to really defend yourself is when the monster's upset and raging. So it gives you that much needed boost when you need it. We got peak performance. We're going to want to be full health almost all the time. So that extra 20 attack for having that full health, absolutely beautiful. With the last one, we were well over 100% when it came to affinity. So we're not focusing all too much on affinity. But having that extra 40% crit damage is very nice. Exploit weakness, 50% crit right there. Focus can always be switched out for just about anything and everything. This is just because I'm a great sword bane, and I put this on the sword itself. Fire resistance, 25, gives extra 20 fire, extra 10 defense. Can't complain. Stun resistance. This does not stop paralyze. I actually did do checks on this. So, when fighting the Esprada, he will not be able to burn you, but he will still paralyze you and poison you. But not being burnt helps. 2 points in Agitator, extra crit, extra damage. If you're able to find a way to get 5 points of Agitator, that's when this gets pushed over to the edge. Razor Sharp, really don't care about it. Spread Shot, well, we're not a gunner. Recovery Up is just a nice little boost. So that way our potions actually are healing a little bit more, keeping us at full health, making peak performance a little bit better. Heartbreaker, when you're going into anomalies, you want to have Heartbreaker. Having it at level 3 helps a lot with your investigations and leveling up. Redirection, once you get the timing down on your skills, you become God. I've had really clinch moments with this skill. It's absolutely amazing when you're able to do it. Critical Eye, it's just kind of there. Maximum Might. For a greatsword, this is amazing because we are normally not using our stamina all too much, beyond running up to the monster and charging up to hit it. So this is always going to be giving you 10, 20 to 30% affinity boost. Put that in with Exploit Weakness, that's 80% affinity right there just from those two skills if you're able to get them maxed out. For me, it's 60%. Recovery Speed, this is just for a red portion of the gauge. It's just kind of there as a bonus. When you're down low on health, those extra 50 points of defense help a lot. If you're able to get it up to 3, even better. The effects to get it up to 5, I'm not sure if the effects for level 5 heroics are actually really worth it, unless you're going a berserker. Because this is saying like, oh yeah, you're getting an extra 20% attack, but we're no longer giving you that 100 defense. If you're dead, the attack doesn't matter. As always, flinch free #1, so that way gunners, archers, other players are not throwing you around and making you flinch. That's all you're really doing for flinch free. Keep in mind there are some skills that like Counter-Strike that require you to be pushed back to get that bonus. Flinch free kind of counteracts that bonus. One skill of Furious because, well, we're going to be staying in Red Scroll the most of the time. Extra defense, extra resistance. Can't complain. It's like 2 and 3 is nice, but 1 gives you a really good boost to it. And then if you are stuck in blue for a while, well, that just helps you keep with maximum might. Keeping that stamina full gives you that extra little boost. If you can get level 2 sneak attack, that would be even better. Because that's 5%. For the extra 2% while behind for level 3 is kind of We're doing chain crits. Chain crit is kind of like just there as because it was put there, or it just happens to be on one of the pieces. And then quick breath, just because poison is a thing, poison is nasty. And we're looking at going up against Chameleos. And the new the new Malzahar, which is gonna be Violet Malzahar, freaking throwing bombs at us. It's probably gonna have the blast ailment added into there, just as that little extra effect. So quick breath could be a nice little quick instead of, if you're not able to get the rolls off, switch, heal up, move on. This skill has saved my ass so many times. Quick Breath is like the hidden gem that nobody really talks about right now. But those are the skills that we're looking at right now. I need to double check something on this. And just so you can see the gear here. Okay, that's for crit boost. What if we might be able to upgrade this just a little bit more?
Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
Nope. It's like, how else to get sneak attack? Yeah, to get sneak attack too, you'd have to flip out the, Actually, that is possible. Because Handicraft would help with the sword. And what we're getting from here's Heroic's crit boost, max smite, and a 4 slot. This is giving a 3 slot into 2 slots, or 2 1 slots. So that's definitely a possibility.
Bye now.
So that is another thing you could do, is switch out the Rajang waistband for the Lucent Naga Cougar's waistband. And just gem accordingly to fix up your stuff. As for food, for this one here, I do like going with Dango Defender, Dango Defender High, and or the Super Recovery Dango. That way we're always up at that 80%. We're always up at 100% for peak performance, and Dango Defender on high. So that way we have that chance of reducing the damage that we're taking. Because it's all about being able to live. And with these new monsters, they're going to be hitting us. They're going to be hitting us hard. So I think this would be a good show. So we're going to go ahead and do some of the advanced quests here. This is going to have explosions. It's going to have dragon damage. And I'm glad I checked. Now, some of the things that I'm hoping that we're going to get into the update 3 once they start announcing it is some of the already pre-existing subclasses for monsters that we have. I would love to see a different version of the monkey, of the new monster. God damn, I can't remember his name. At the tip of my tongue. But it's that earth monkey. And instead of covering his hands in fire and water, have him cover his hands in like poison and paralyze. Basically like different mushrooms. So the first one is elemental base. And then the second one is status base. Because imagine getting punched by the monkey, by that giant gorilla. And then your ass being just completely left on the floor. And heck, if they do it mushroom based, give him 4 elements based upon the mushrooms that he's able to find in that zone. So we're talking like he could be the new. It could wind up being the new new Punchy Boy, Brachydios. He could wind up being like the new Brachydios at that point. Put some not Excite shrooms, Nitro shrooms. Have him coat his arms with Nitro shrooms that cause blast damage. And like poison shrooms. Because like those two are very much normally always in the same area. Hey, it's our buddy! Seething Magnamalo. Oh, they're still turf warring.
I'm here to help.
Just in time.
You rang?
I appreciate the help.
Oh, someone's riding Oh, that's a crazy voice. It almost sounds like the Spiffy Brit. I got slammed by something big.
What an embarrassment!
That was not good.
Revive my trusty weapon!
Since we don't have the songbirds to catch up while we're there, we're gonna catch up with the group a little bit faster. But yeah, having I think it's like Gormagala, not Gormagala. That almost sounds like it's supposed to be like a Power Ranger superhero voice.
Let's go for a ride.
Now's my chance! Absolutely flawless!
It was nice knowing you.
Some humans could learn from you.
He's getting ready to blow.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
I don't think I can get out of there. That is such a superhero voice. Come on, Magnamalo. All I do is switch my stance.
It was nice knowing you.
Wow, he's almost gone.
I have put down and trapped.
Wait, he can be captured? Holy crap, he can be captured? I did not realize that he could be captured. I thought he fell under the Elder Dragon rules.
Needs more polish.
Oh, he's sitting down there. Damn it, he got up. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. Oh, because he was the one being ridden before. He kind of has a little bit of a resistance to it. It's either that or it's been too soon, so he has immunity.
Are you ready?
Because they do the same thing with the status ailments, poison and whatnot. Where you can only like each time you poison them, they gain a resistance. Which, with the Lucent Nargacuga sword, this is something I do have to keep in mind. This group's making short work of this quest. Oh, it's so nice having a good group. Because even once in a while, like, they show you stuff that you didn't know. But I'd love to, but going back on topic, because I got distracted. I'd love to see a status version of the new monkey, the new gorilla that came out. Give him his own little twist on that was close. That was too close for comfort.
Let us ride! Ride like the wind! Using a weapon. Now's my chance!
That's the other reason why I go up there, is because it has that slight edge that you can start sliding, and when you're sliding, you actually move a little bit faster than the Palamutes. Like, another version of this guy as well, that's just... because fire's been the whole thing so far for Sunbreak. Seeing this guy, Malzinio, with an altered version that is an ice version. Throwing around like these sickles of ice flying around. Kind of gives like that death vibe to him. Because he has that vampire appearance already. But like, that's two monsters ideas right there. A status version of King Kong, and an icy version of Malzeno. We don't have Lunastra. I don't see them doing Lunastra. It'd be cool if they did Lunastra, though. But I don't see them doing Lunastra anytime soon. We still don't have any siege monsters. Which I know there's a lot of people going, well, what about the siege monsters? Rise didn't have them. Sunbreak doesn't have them. Is this going to be our first Monster Hunter game that has no siege monsters at all? I mean, I could see with the original Rise why they didn't do it, because they were focusing more on this engine being massing small monsters, doing a very light mode of okay, yeah, let's put out like 7, 8, 9 large monsters on the screen at one time, which is something that was unheard of for a Monster Hunter game. But with Sunbreak, they've gone back to like 2, 3 on the screen at one time at most. Even though, like in those small arenas, they could do more. Because of the AI that they did for the Rampage. And the game's engine, I feel like they really are not utilizing it correctly. Because they have a tool in their hands to give us more monsters on screen. But yet,
I'm gonna need
they don't use it.
I shall put
The Rampage is still a mechanic that is in the game.
I'll put this to good use. Don't worry.
So even though, yeah, Rampage might be a mode that people are like, oh no, we didn't care for this one, we didn't really like this one. That's all fine. But the assets and tools are still in the game system. Why not use it to give us something fun? That's my number one question. If you're not going to give us these hulking monsters, why not just give us a butt ton of monsters at one time for normal fight? Have us go against 4 at the same time instead of pitting it two at a time. I mean, it could make sense story-wise. Could very well make sense story-wise. But with that, guys, I am trying to keep these YouTube videos down to roughly around 30 minutes. But that is the Golden Ninja armor set for you. There's 2 of my things that I would love to see for the... let's pull his name up real fast. But yeah, 2 of the things that I would love to see in the future of Monster Hunter. Actually, I think he showed up back here. Garmagolem. A status version of Garmagolem and an ice version of Malz. Malzahar. Oh, Malzeno. An ice version of Malzeno and a status ailment version of Garmagolem. So, I will be back next week here on YouTube. If you did get this far in the video, I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for viewing, and hopefully you found this a little bit entertaining. And let me know if you tried this armor set out, how you like it, which weapon you paired with it.
So please.
The armors that I do make, I do try to make them where they are able to be used by most melee users, and augmented for the majority of the other weapons. So go ahead and hit that like button, ring the bell for notifications, so that way you know the next time that I come on. I try to start up 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube, and over on twitch.tv I also live stream on Friday, Saturday, starting at about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both those days. So go ahead and join us over there as well. Links for all that can be found in the description down below. But until next time, guys, you guys keep it easy, you guys keep it real, but most of all, you guys keep it all together. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.